Coming through the tunnel in New York City. The Knicks confident and composed as they get set to take their home court. A subway system in Manhattan, part of the experience here in New York. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
In the last 5, he was trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Let's check out it.
Substitution for the Pacers.
And for the Knicks, they've got Smart, and it's Jacobs in at the 1. Outside Jefferson. Jacks up a 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
He nailed 2 from distance in the opening period. Now gets this one.
Jackson against Jefferson. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, I'll tell you, I love that he's not afraid to take on the size mismatch there, Greg. It doesn't matter. Just make shots.
Bayless finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Boy, that's a backbreaker. Takes it right into the rim and extends their lead.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback, and nice finish by him.
Jackson from long range drills the three-pointer. Jackson's got 5.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Indiana Pacers. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
The Pacers making a switch here. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Yeah, we've seen them burying their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. A good first half for them in that department.
Now here's Cummings. He's tightly guarded. That one goes in. He's got 6.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Jackson passes to Meeks. Buries the long-range jumper. Meeks got 7.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Pass to Cummings. To the middle. Here's Smart. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Knicks lead by 21.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
There's Jackson with the 3. And the Pacers another 3.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Steps back and fires. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Shot from the top of the key, and he hits the jump shot. Jackson's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And here is Cummings. 7 points in the game. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness.
And the Pacers call time here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Again, they definitely felt they could win. And with a break here or there, they probably...
And so it's New York closing out. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. New York holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They are in blowout territory, leading by 20. Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indy? And that does it for our halftime.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Pacers trail by 20. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. They've got Jackson. And it's Terry in at center. The 10-footer. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Pacers. Outside Jefferson. Passes it to Cross. And he drives in. Bucket is good. 11 points in the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Drills it from outside.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy. Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
Pacers trail by 19. Here's Jackson. Got a piece of it. And they get it back. Pass to Craig. There's the lob to Jackson. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. It's Jefferson outside, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
Pacers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. It's Jackson with the drive. Gets number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Now the pass to Cross. 6 on the shot clock.
That's his third personal. Second team foul.
Now here's Jefferson. Defense is right there. And Jefferson gets double teamed. Just 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Such a wide open look. 13 points in the game.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Jackson up top. He's got 22. Free throw line jump shot. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
New York leading by 19. Here's Jacobs going inside.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pacers. Terry trying to get open. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 13 points in the second half.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Franklin's check in for Jackson. 13. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. From an offensive standpoint as well,